Hi everybody. Hi, welcome. I'm Lynn from EJG'S. Happy Monday to you. We're so happy to have you here with us today. Megan's here with us, and we're going to do a cupboard makeover. So, yeah, I'm making over a makeover cupboard, little cabinet. So,
Making over a makeover cupboard.
what's that?
You said making over a makeover cupboard. Why?
Well, yeah,
Was
because
it previously made over?
Yeah, because I did this little red cabinet live last week, and I hated it.
Okay.
I hated it. Sorry, guys. And I decided that we're going to go in a completely different direction because I would not rest until I got this all fixed up. So, we are so happy to have you here. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, and you might catch us on our website as well. But while you're here, we would love it if you would go ahead and do all those social things. You know, the like, the shares, the subscribe, the follows, all that stuff. And we always appreciate when you do that to help our page along. So yeah, remember this, you guys? Remember this? Well, here's what I did. I literally could not stop thinking about this. I was sick as a dog, came in and scraped all of those blossom molds off of here. I did a sanding of this, and I just had to have a clean palette. So you know how that happens. It can happen to all of us. And I shared in our insider group how I just couldn't deal with it. Like how you win some and you lose some, and this was a big lose for me, in my opinion. But we're gonna fix it up today and also get to use a new I.O.D. Velveteen stamp. So I want to show you my inspiration picture, and that is right here. I did share this in the insider group, and I love that blue and that deeper blue with lots and lots of texture there. So we're going to try to create the look of that inspiration photo on this cabinet. So let's flip the camera down, and I love that you share all of it. Yeah, of course. I'm going to let you see everything, whether I hate it or not, right? Okay, so here we go. This is that beautiful cabinet that I just showed you. And it was painted red, and I did all those things to it thinking I had this incredible concept, but my concept just didn't work out. So what I did to get this started is, after I sanded everything, I have gone through and I've added some nice texture in the background here that we will reveal later. So I'm going to show you what I did. This is really a mess right here, but this is fresco mixed with faded burlap. All right. Now I've got a little bit here that I can kind of scrape up, but oh, I love all those crackety, jumbly. Blech, I love all that texture.
You make it sound so appetizing.
I know, but it's so good. This is the stuff that makes things look really old and wonderful. So what I did is I just mixed it with my palette knife, nice and chunky, and then I added this in different areas along my box. I kind of concentrated more on the outside edges, and then of course I did like the top and the sides, but this is going to give lots of really good texture underneath the other colors that we'll be using. So that's what I did, you guys. And you know what? If you are oh my gosh, I hate to just not use this because it's so good. But I also know I've got to move along here. Otherwise, I'll be looking for 3 hours for something to put all of this on. So I'm kind of doing that same technique that I did on that coffee table that I did in my little studio space at the cottage. And I also did that wonderful oval frame that I got from Cheryl. Cheryl brought it to me from Virginia, from her booth that she shares with a friend. And and then I remember I did it all in yellows, real pretty color yellows and so forth. And then I ended up putting the the Rose Botanicals transfer over it. That's kind of the background of this that I will be creating to, again, this is my inspiration photo. So you can see there's some darker, or that kind of faded burlap looking, chippy look that's underneath my paint. And we're gonna get to that in a minute. So let's get this dry real quick, this little bit that I put on here.
Can you believe Laura Hall is watching us from Sweden?
I know she is. I just can't even believe her. She is in Sweden.
And to take the time out of an amazing trip.
Yeah.
To hang out with us.
She said Sweden is one of her favorite countries to visit.
I know, I want to go back.
So let me get this little corner here dried real quick.
Sheila's not familiar with fresco.
Okay, fresco is a texturizing medium that you can add to Fusion Mineral Paint. You can add it to Debbie's DIY, and we love it, so we can get a lot of really, really good chunky and some good texture, good texture. So I just want to get this little corner dry here. This looks a mess, doesn't it? Whoa. It looks like a hot mess right now, but it's going to be okay. Now, the other thing that I did is after my paint is completely dry, I am using D.I.Y's liquid patina. You could also use Big Top or whatever polyacrylic that you decide, but we need to seal this into place. We need to seal all that faded burlap texture stuff into place. And the reason is because when I add my other DIY colors over top of this, I want to be able to wet distress or spritz this and remove some of that. And we don't want to reactivate this color underneath. So I'm just going to quickly seal this little section here that I just did. And you can see how it changes color once I get that on there. See that? In fact, this whole door, I didn't seal any of this, but we're going to go ahead and do that right now. We'll save the sides for later. So this creates a barrier between that faded burlap and fresco texture and the next coat of DIY paint that I am going to apply. Then I'll be able to easily remove that next layer of DIY and give us some really, really cool effects.
Cool.
Very cool. All right, so I've got that covered, and now I'm going to dry this again real quick. A lot of exciting things coming up, Megan.
Yes. Don't ask me for dates on any of them because we don't have them on the calendar
Well, some
yet.
of them I'm not quite sure like what I can share yet and what I can't share. But I do want you to know I have worked on 7 really cool projects in a video using all 7 of the new Roycycled papers. I've been so excited to do that, and just finishing the editing, and hopefully that'll be up in sometime this week. We'll get that up for you. but I found some really awesome projects just laying around, you know, going through our stash, going through things that I once started and never finished, and just getting it all done, just getting it done. I love that. I love like checking off that list and finishing up unfinished projects. I love that.
It feels great.
It's such an accomplishment, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we are almost dry here. Can everybody hear us okay? Hi, Mira.
Hey, Delray.
Hey, Delray.
Melissa was here. Kat's here. Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Linda Walsh.
All of our friends are here. Oh my goodness, Sheila. Yes, I am so excited about those projects. I really am. Okay, so let's take a look at the colors, like our inspiration picture, and I'll show you the colors that I chose. I grabbed Prom Queen. I grabbed Petal Pusher. I also grabbed Hey Sailor and White Swan and Little Tarnished Pearl. I'm thinking that I want to kind of dull down. We'll see. We're just going to see how it goes. I can't like give you a formula for mixing until I just start mixing this. So the first thing I want to do is get this covered up. Oh my gosh. And I can't wait. So my paint is really chunky, but oh, I'm so glad. I love when it gets like that. It's nice and thick. If you want a thicker texture too, just leave the lid right off of your DIY paint and let it dry out a little bit. Okay, let me grab an old brush. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of this tarnished pearl. So it's not quite so like baby blue. Not quite so prom queen. And then we'll just mix a little bit together and see what that looks like. I think I'm going to like that. It just dulls it down a little bit. Okay, so this isn't quite dry over here. We'll get back to that, but at least we can do this side. Now I'm brushing this on, I don't want to say dry brushed, because my brush is definitely not dry, but I'm letting it skip over that texture that's on there. And you can see how that just kind of, I'm just pulling my brush along this whole piece. So you can see some of that texture there, but you can also see where my brush has skipped a little bit, and I'm getting a little bit of that white underneath there as well from the original paint that I did. Because I really want this to have like a grungy, good old look to it. So I will tell you, this is our Pentart product, our new like furniture. It's called Wall Effects, products, but I'm not using them on walls. I'm totally gonna do furniture, and we will be doing some lives to show you how I use those beautiful products for creating texture on furniture. We'll get a little bit of, okay, see that?
Really pretty.
Oh my gosh, I feel better about it already. And also, we have just a few seats left for our June retreat. where we will be using all of those new PentArt products to create a couple of really awesome mixed media pieces that have lots of texture. One is an art panel and one is a tapestry. And as you know, with DIY paint, it's going to lighten as it dries. You can see right there, it's lightening up. But once I put the finish on it, a wax or a big top or whatever I decide to use, it's going to deepen back down to that original pigment. So again, here I go. I am just pulling this paint right over the top of all of that texture. I don't even mind if like a touch of that red pops through.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'm just going to go with it. Whatever's under there is under there. And that is how we get those really awesome, old, chunky, layered effects. And we'll pull even more of this paint off in a little bit to add to the texture even more. Let's get a little more of our tarnished pearl out. That's just such a pretty, very pale kind of gray. And I'm mixing it with that thick prom queen. Just mixing it with my brush and pulling that along here. So it's kind of blended a little bit. I'm kind of blending with my brush as I lay it on here. Did everybody have a great weekend?
Did you?
Did I? I was here at the shop. We had a very busy weekend at the shop.
Well, that's a great weekend.
And yeah, JR and I worked, and I worked like part of a day.
It's a while since you've been here on a weekend.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it's been like I just wasn't ready to even stay the whole day.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Oh, I'm fine. I mean,
I know,
it could be worse.
You're tired.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's all relative.
I know it is.
Everything can always be worse, but it doesn't mean that the way you feel isn't valid.
It's been quite a journey.
Yes.
These few weeks. It really has. So if I want to blend this a little bit more, I can. Just kind of use up what's here on my plate.
The sun is shining. That's making me happy.
I know, it is.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yesterday we were just in the shop, and I had a customer in here that I was assisting, and we looked up, and it was like a big snow globe outside.
Yeah, it did get like that for a bit yesterday.
It did. Yeah, it really did.
It was pretty.
All right, let's dry this. Doesn't this look better already? I am so happy. But I've let some of the white pop through. I'm seeing some of that faded burlap, and we're going to see more of that. And I'm even seeing a little touch of that original red paint that was on here popping through. And it's all of those wonderful, like, textural details that really, maybe you don't notice it from a distance, but when you remember that when we see a piece, we're drawn by color and composition. That draws us in, and then we see all of the wonderful details that happen when you get close up. You see the brush strokes, you see all those subtle color changes.
Always a good reminder.
Yes.
That lesson, I think.
This little cabinet is so cute on the inside. It's little shelves. It's got that nice little old spring. I may add, somebody had suggested adding little feet to this. I think I'll have JR do that.
That would be very cute.
Yep. And of course, I mean, if you really wanted to go all out on texture, you could have added like some two-step crackle on here to between the 2 layers of paint. You can use your crackle stamp. It all depends on the look that you want. This one's just got a lot of kind of just almost looks like orange peel-ish kind of texture to it. All right, so I think I'm going to set this aside for now, and let's get out our Velveteen stamp so we can decide what we're going to use, which one of these wonderful little stamps we're going to use.
You should remind, it's always good to remind, especially with a new release, what to do when you first get a brand new stamp.
We're going to do that right now. We are going to do that. Thank you very much. All right, where's my little knife? I need to. Oh my gosh.
Laura's in Sweden and she can't wait for camp.
Oh, Laura. Laura's got a couple camps she's coming to, and I think at the end of this month is at Extending Grace.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's very exciting.
Okay, so Velveteen has 4 different little packets that come with it. And then, of course, we are going to try to decide which one we want to use on here. And I'm thinking, I don't think I want to go for a really big one. I'm not sure, just because of the size of my sugar. I don't know what to do. See what I mean? This is big. If I could go like this.
Hi, Patty Levine.
And then alternate, or I could go really small, but that's a lot of stamping too. Okay, so we've got to decide. Before I use my stamps for the first time, I'm just going to take a piece of worn sandpaper, and I want to just scuff over the surface of my stamps. And let's just take these off of here. Let's see. I kind of have to lay these out a little bit to determine how I want this to look. Like, do I want to just repeat these 2 patterns? So this is where it's just going to take a minute to figure out what's going to be best. And the great thing is, remember, I'm using DIY paint, so if I don't like the way it looks, I can always change it up.
Debbie Frimmer said she's at the gym slacking off. How is that even in the same sentence?
Right,
together?
I know.
Melissa loves it just like that.
What's that? Just like this?
Yeah.
I know, right? I know. All right.
Sandy said, can you do a wreath stamp around the handle?
Maybe.
I don't know if it'll work with the Velveteen.
Yeah, I really do have to kind of think through this. And I'm thinking like of alternating. Will that work if I alternate? If I do this and this. Well, you know what? The only way I'm going to know is I got to try it. So that's what we're going to do. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of a pedal pusher. Let me get some of that out on my paper plate. Yes, I have some other paint on there. That's okay. We're going to mix it all. Here's a little bit of Hey Sailor. And we just got to go for it, right?
You do.
Sometimes you just got to go for it and see what happens. So let me grab one of my little...
Do you want a thin mount?
A thin mount. Yeah, I think, well, you know what? I can do this.
I can't believe you don't have one in the drawer there.
That's okay. I'll do this. So we're just gonna play for a minute. And I'm kind of mixing these two colors on this brayer.
Catherine says every time you move to the left, the sound quality changes.
Oh, really?
Because her microphone is on her lapel. Is anybody else noticing that? This is our first time using the microphones.
Let's just
But it should move with her. So that
okay. Okay. Let's see. Again, I'm just playing, but I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing so far.
is fresco similar to salt wash? I think from what we understand, but we haven't used the salt wash, right?
Right.
But I think it's the same concept. Okay, Delroy's saying it's a little scratchy.
Oh, okay.
Is it just Mom, or is it both of us that sound scratchy? But they think you might be squishing it when you move.
Oh, okay.
What about mine? Is mine doing that? I know I'm not talking quite as much. But I'm also sitting still.
Yeah, you're not moving around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's just you.
All right.
Sometimes the sound gets louder and just echoes, no biggie. Well, it is kind of a biggie because we're doing this to improve our sound. We don't want the sound to be worse. So that's good feedback. We want that. We want that kind of feedback.
All right, so let's...
Okay, Dana says we both sound a little muffled.
Okay. All right, so now I'm just trying to decide... Again, I am just... Yeah, I don't like this.
We'll have to listen back and try to see if we can get to the bottom of it. Your mic is right side up, right? Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I think perhaps you may have to wear a proper lapel on live days.
I could,
if you're
yes.
going to wear a
yes.
lapel mic. No, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Most people are saying that I'm very clear.
Okay.
I just heard from one person that I'm muffled, but so I'm wondering if the movement has something to do with it. Do you want to try trading microphones to see if that does anything different?
No,
or you think it's
not
because
right
you're
now.
moving?
It could be just because I'm moving.
It's just more important that they hear you clearly than me.
Yes.
That's why I'm offering to trade.
That's okay. I'm good for right now. All right, let me get a little more prom queen on here, and then we're going to start again. Maybe I do need to move to the bigger one. This is what's so lovely about paint, right?
Yeah, they think it's muffled when you lean to your left. It could be your cheek or chin covering up the mic somehow. Maybe suspenders would be a good
I know, right?
option.
Okay, we'll see how that goes.
Her voice is a little scratchy also.
It is, yes.
And a little quieter than usual.
Not my usual loudmouth self.
No, I don't ever think you're a loudmouth, but I just think, yeah, your voice has been
It's weak.
even harder for me to hear just talking to you.
Yeah, it's just weak. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, Anita.
Let's get this dried.
I hope she feels better soon, too. Poor mom.
Yep, we're going to move to a bigger stamp.
So, bigger within the Velveteen?
Yes. Yep. I just love bringing you guys along on my experiments.
They love it, too.
Megan, I'm going to have you do that while I... Sorry.
Do you need water?
No, I'm good.
I might even have some lozenges if you'd like one.
I think I'm going to go with this one.
Or tea.
I did have some hot tea that I had made. Maybe I'm done with it.
I can bring you some more.
Okay.
It might
Yeah,
help
that would
to
be good.
sip.
Thank you, helper. Of course, you know what I'd really like to do is I'd just love to get out Mama's damask and stencil the whole thing. But I also really want to use this.
But that's different too.
Yeah.
This is a little, has some more details and you can do some different interesting things with it. I think.
Okay, I like the scale of this much better.
Annie says, thank you for sharing your decision making. People don't realize how many times we remake something just to get it how we feel it should look.
Oh, for sure, Annie. Yeah.
Yes, this, Elizabeth, this is the little cupboard from the other day that she did not like.
Yes.
Yeah, the little small floral basket is very cute. It reminds me very much of a border that my mom sponge painted onto my wall when I was young in my bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Laura just got her L&J.Goods papers. I know they are sold out right now, but
We got more coming.
We have more coming, and we'll have them in both sizes. And now that I know that you like the packs, I like them too. That's a really great way to do papers. So I'm glad everyone likes it. So I will offer that again when we get our restock in the A3 and in the A4 again. And I think you're also going to have some with like minis, right? Like a 4-pack within one paper. Yes, so those will be coming. Look forward to that. That is a beautiful set. And I want to really encourage Mom to continue to make collections like that. I think it's so perfect to have something like that, and you can mix and match all of them. Packs are where it's at, I think.
Packs are where it's at.
And when I want to tell you, I've spent a lot of time thinking about papers.
Megan is always thinking about papers.
I am never not thinking about papers. And I think that's the key. Especially, I think, I don't know, you can stop me if I shouldn't talk about AI. But I know there's a lot of AI going on now with some papers, and there's a lot out there, and that's fine if you're into that, but I really want to see more of like what Mom did and see other artists doing that. I would love to see different creatives doing packs like that. I think it's, I don't know. It's like Pokemon cards.
I don't know what happened there.
My husband described it as like Pokemon cards for like adult people that craft. You get your
that.
pack, and then it's like a limited pack,
Excuse me.
and then they're gone. But they're all unique. It's all guaranteed and artist's work. I think there's something really special about that. Mm-hmm. Barb says, as they say, a lousy dress rehearsal makes for a great performance.
Oh. Indeed. And I will see what I'm doing here is I'm kind of blotting a little bit so that I can create even more texture in this.
Okay, everybody's excited for that restock. Maybe I'll even add the A3 pack, Mom, so that you can at least sign up for the email to be notified when they're stocked. I think the A3 size of those papers in particular will be very useful.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. For sure.
These colors are so pretty. I've been kind of obsessing over this color and wanting to find a pair of shoes that is blue like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Intermittent sound changes here. Okay. Well, we'll listen back and see. Hopefully we can make it better for next time. Yes, the A3 pack will be coming. And I don't know, maybe I think we have another release coming up. Maybe we'll try doing a pack with those papers. And just as a reminder, we do still have some of our mystery packs, which is the deal of all deals.
Yeah, for sure.
Those of you who did get one, you know they're beautiful because they're all papers that Mom has chosen. And they're almost half off, I think, when you get down to it. Mm-hmm. I'll post a link. I'll add them to the supply list, but we do have a few of those left, and I think that's the best.
The best, Jerry.
A flow blue plate, yes, Barbara. Yeah, I think I just need to secure her mic. I think that's what's going on. I can see it.
Is it wobbling around?
Let me see something. Come closer. Bear with me for a second, okay, everyone? And we're going to see if that'll help a little bit. Hopefully that's not too close. That's what I'm worried about, is that it's a crew neck you're wearing, and it's so up close.
Megan thinks I need a lapel, right?
Or just, something like this. Mm-hmm. I can get you a flannel to clip it on. Let me know if that helps, what I just did to Mom.
Okay.
If not, I'll go get her a lapel immediately.
Go get me a suit.
Well, even just a flannel.
Yeah.
That you could put on.
Okay, let me fill in a couple of these. Just a little space. I mean, again, there's a lot of pattern going on here, but we're not done yet.
Okay, Patty says it sounds better. Okay.
Good.
Okay,
good,
we're
good,
on to something.
Good.
Okay.
Could you go dump that in the sink?
Yeah. Do you want it just sitting in water?
Yes, please, and this one too.
Okay, this is where I don't know what to do about my mic. Do I keep wearing it, or do
keep
I
wearing
leave it here?
Yeah, keep wearing it and keep talking.
Well, but they might not want to hear the sink and the water.
Well,
I'm not used to having a mic on when I walk away, so I worry about the sounds I'll make or what I'll do.
all right. This is going to be pretty once it gets all. I'm going to dry it.
Okay, sorry if you can hear the
And-
water. Yes, an apron. If you wore an apron and clipped it to an apron, that would be a great idea. Thank
That
you,
could
Sheila.
help.
Great idea. It's looking pretty.
I'm even getting some crackle from my DIY paint with the heat. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to scrape some of this back. You can take a scraper, you can take whatever tool, a paint scraper even. It's just my little I.O.D. transfer tool. And I want to start chipping off some of this top layer of paint to reveal that texture that's underneath. So I want to reveal some of that faded burlap with the fresco. I want to reveal some of that white that's underneath. And I want to be able to chip away at some of this. Especially along the edges is where I focused that fresco and faded burlap. But look how that chips away and just makes the most wonderful old texture. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, isn't that fantastic? Oh my gosh, you guys.
Beautiful.
That is so cool. All chippy. Can you see that? Now let's do this side. Looking like aged wallpaper. Oh yeah, it really is. You guys, this is total. I'm digging this a lot. So you can see where the where I have that paint layered over top of the fresco and faded burlap and liquid patina, I'm able to easily scrape off that top layer of the blue paint. Guys, are you able to see that effect? This is so cool, Megan.
Love it. Looks like aged wallpaper, Laura says.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good. So we can also take a little bit of water.
When you reach to the left, it's like the mic is right in your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and I sound like I'm far away. Okay. We'll get it. We'll get it together.
Well, gosh, here we thought we had it all together.
Well, there's a difference depending on what you're wearing, so we just need to have a consistent way that we're wearing it, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just getting a lot of, getting some mixed feedback about me sounding perfect, muffled, and also far away.
Okay.
So.
All right. So now I'm just taking my mister and I am pulling some of this darker blue paint off of here. Because I don't want it all perfect. So I'm just kind of blotting.
So pretty.
Smudging a little bit. Wow, that's neat. I'll do the same thing over here. Did I squirt you?
No. I was just thinking I should add that to the supply list, the Mr. Mister. I did not mention the supply list. So there is a supply list that will help you keep track, I think, especially of all these colors that Mom is using today. You can find that linked up above in the description if you're watching on Facebook, down below if you're watching on YouTube in that description box, or you can just go to lnjgoods.com, look for the menu item featured on our live tutorials, and you go to 2025. They're categorized by year. We go back 3-4 years, I think now.
Yeah.
But it'll be the top of 2025. The same name as this live, same date, and there's links to everything that she's using.
This is interesting as I'm pulling some of that paint off where it was thicker on the stamp. It's leaving like the detail and shadow underneath, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, so pretty. So I could even come back with some sandpaper, however you want, whatever your favorite aging technique is. I'm a fan of all of it. So again, it doesn't look exactly like my inspiration picture. That's okay. I really wanted like the colors more than anything. And then I do want to really fade this out. Wow, that's so neat.
Yes, beautiful.
Okay, so I want you to see here where if I spray this with water, take a palette knife, I can scrape away even more down to that faded burlap. If I soften up those top layers, see that? Really make that look chunky. So you can take off as little or as much as you like.
So pretty.
Yes, it is. Little bit of that red coming through. Okay, let's take it from White Swan and see what we can come up with here to bring a little bit of highlight. So I'm just going to work out of the lid, and I want a drier brush. And I want to hit just those little, very lightly skimming the top to pick up some of that detail. Of course, this is kind of wet too, so. What do we think so far, you guys?
Everyone loves it.
Just skim over the top.
Because it's water activated.
Well, and because also we just want to hit like the very tops of that texture. Like up here, see? We just want to get that top of the texture. And of course, when this is dry, I'm going to wax the whole thing.
Lots of great texture. It almost reminds me of milk paint.
Really lightly skimming over that. That's going to soften that color too. Whoops. It's got that beautiful chalky aged finish. Wow. I like it. I like it a lot. Nice. What do we think? I think we're good. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
I think it's great.
Nice.
So much happier.
Oh my gosh, yes. I am so much happier with it.
I couldn't visualize the Velveteen stamp, and now I can.
Now you can,
and
yeah.
I'm so happy about that.
I think if I add a couple little feet to the bottom of this, it'd be so, so cute. And let's not be afraid to, my sandpaper block.
Lost it?
Oh, you know me. I'm half the time losing everything. Does anybody see my sandpaper sanding block?
It was did you use it already?
I've used it and I've used it.
Do you need me to go get another one?
No. Oh, Megan loves the sound of
No.
chalk paint.
Don't like it.
She does not like it.
I was playing it cool though, Mom.
I know, I could tell. But see, I can even reveal some of that red that's way underneath. And there we go. I think we got ourselves a wonderful old aged finish. Lots of texture.
Love it. The dust.
I don't want to wax right now
Okay.
while my paint is still kind of soft, you know.
Yeah.
but I can kind of give you an idea what it will look like when I do wax it. Let me just give it a spritz of water because it will deepen and create more contrast when we add that wax. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that, you guys. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, this is good. I like it.
It's beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful.
I love it.
What are you looking for?
I've got such a mess here, you guys. I'm just looking for me. All right. Well, thank you, you guys. I hope that you are inspired to use the Velveteen stamp and DIY paint to create lots and lots of texture. Look at that. Oh, do you love it, Karen? I'm so happy.
So
I love it too.
What will you do with the sides?
I'm going to paint them with the same blue.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to use the Velveteen stamp all over it. I'm just going to do a nice aged blue finish on the sides and top.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right. Well, take care, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you on Wednesday. Okay. And hopefully we'll have our sound all figured out. All right.
Yes,
have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.